Hey, how's it going? It's Devin with Devin's Card House. I make daily TCG videos about just whatever I find interesting in the market. I wouldn't say this is a finance channel, okay? It's not. It's just a whatever the hell I think is interesting in the moment. So I'll end up talking about all different kinds of things: sorcery, Lorcana, Flesh and Blood, Digimon, whatever. Oh, these came in. Well, this came in, so gonna have to open some sorcery. Got the sorcery beta, so gonna be doing a box opening of that. Also gonna be actually playing it for the first time. So, but that's in the future. Right now, today in today's video, we'll be talking about Lorcana. Oh God, we're gonna be talking about the new cards that are coming out. They've, if you don't have the app, I recommend getting it just so you can check out the cards. It's very cool to as a collection kind of app thing like that. You know, normally I don't use it, but I wanted to. They said it released on the app today, so I got to check out all the cards. I kind of waited till today to kind of look over everything and see what I like. So this video is just the cards that I'm most excited for, and so right now, they're still kind of releasing a little bit of information. I don't think we have all the enchanted cards out yet, but maybe by the end of this video when I'm done, if I'll go on, I think there's 2 more that need to be released. But right now, the enchanted cards, I wrote them down here. We have Alice, Madame Mim, Hercules, Pete, Lady Tremaine, Shere Khan, Namari, Snow White, Arthur, and Beast. And if I figure out what the other 2 are, I'll throw them up here before. Who would I hope for? Who would I hope for? Ooh, well, they already have Snow White. I don't know. Who would I want? Tinkerbell's not in here. And she was on the last set. I don't know. Maybe another Rapunzel? Was Rapunzel in the last one? Probably Rapunzel. Did they get Rapunzel in the last one? I'm trying to think. If they didn't get Rapunzel, it's going to be Rapunzel, okay? I call that one, okay. So these are my top cards that I'm excited for. Just that my going through the Amber cards first. I'm excited for, and it's not going to be just one card. I can name a bunch because these all kind of work together. It's the Snow White and the 7 Dwarves cards. So Snow White, she comes out and she will take down the power or the ink cost for your dwarves, so you can start pumping them out there. And then you have powerful dwarves like Bashful. I believe he has 3 lore. So imagine he costs 4, but he has 3 lore, which is pretty good. But if you get a Snow White out there, then he's going to cost 3. If you get 2 Snow Whites out, he's going to cost 2, and you'll be getting a 3 ink guy for 2, which is pretty good. And then, but he can only quest if you have other dwarves out. So that's what a lot of the dwarves are. There's this synergy between them. So I'm excited to play with them. And this is why I don't think it doesn't seem like this is going to be a super competitive deck, but it is interesting. It's kind of like Bodyguards or the 3 Musketeers from the last set. It's obviously there for you to play it, and it looks really cool. But is it actually going to work? I don't know. Even with Snow White powering up your dwarves, we're making them cost less, and even having the shifted Snow White, she can come out whenever she quests, she can bring something back. So if you lose your Snow White, because she's really important, you can maybe bring her back with the other Snow White. And you're going to have to bring these back because this whole strategy looks like it's very susceptible or weak to board wipes. If you have, be prepared or grab your swords, or there's a new card. Oh, and this is, we're going to get into these. This seems, a card I'll talk about here that's going to just mess things up. But you have to be aware of board wipes and things like that. So if you can just able to find some sort of card draw engine that can keep your dwarves coming, then it's going to be pretty cool to get all your dwarves out there and whoop some ass with the 7 dwarves and Snow White. And you even have the witch in the same color, not the witch, the queen. The evil queen's in here, and there's a 1-drop evil queen, and then you can shift. There's a 3 shift queen that when she quests, she'll take some power away and then add power to another creature of yours. So it seems to be cool. You could totally do a Snow White deck, which is that's the kind of thing that excites me, even though it's probably going to suck shit and you're going to lose when you play it over and over again. But it'll be fun. And when you do win with it, you can laugh that you beat people with Snow White. The next one is Rapunzel. There's a new Rapunzel Gifted Artist. She's coming out, and I'm really excited about her because she is just a crazy card draw engine when it comes to healing. And Amber's so good with healing and has so many different options for healing. Whenever you heal with something, you'll be able to draw a card. And I think you can shift into her for 3 or 4, but just having that like later, just more card draw for Amber is going to do something like, so maybe if you threw Rapunzel in with the dwarves and then you're able to heal them with the other Rapunzel's heals. So if you're just able to heal them and then draw more dwarves and then have a few Snow Whites out and then play them for free and then just blow up the board. And as long as you don't get board wiped, you could be really cool. So there's also an interesting thing with this set. It looks like every different ink has its own Floodborn Floodborn Matters card. So let me see. There's the Blue Fairy. There's Bucky, Honest John, Miss Judson, and Chief Bogo, and they all have different effects for when a Floodborn enters the battlefield. And like so, one of them draws you a card, and then one of them it makes your opponent discard a card, which is insane. And then what's the other one? One gives you a lore, and then one, if it comes in, it adds you can put a card in your inkwell. But I was thinking, if you have one that whenever you play a Floodborn, you get to draw a card, that's incredible. You're just getting cantrips all the time. But then if you have the other Floodborn one that makes your opponents discard cards, like think of that advantage there. That's an incredible advantage. And then there's a Donald Duck that he's a Floodborn, and then every round when he's in play, then everyone can draw an additional card. But when he comes into play, then it's going to make your opponent discard that card. So now you're getting the card for him, they're discarding the card, and then you're getting the extra card draw. And then so even though they're going to be drawing more cards because that Donald Duck's in, you're going to have and then green seems to have a lot of options to make people discard cards. You could just have them get rid of their entire hand. So they better have ways to draw cards on their one turn, or they're just going to be screwed. So I think that would be super annoying to play against someone where they're drawing all the cards and you're getting no cards. But it also depends on the Floodborn. And since this is a Floodborn Matters set, I haven't really looked at all and seen like what are all the Floodborn cards? Like what are the Floodborn cards that you need in this set? So I think having Floodborns or a type of creature type that matters is going to be really cool to play around and like brew around. So I'm super excited for these Floodborn cards. Okay, so my next ones that I'm excited for are Madame Mim and Merlin, which is like kind of like, it's a super unique and thematic card type design that they did, because it's crazy. So they have like all these different transformations because they're chasing each other. And and it's a cool way that they did this, because when Merlin enters and when he leaves, it makes him do stuff. So there's like this one bunny card. So when he enters and when he leaves, you'll draw a card. And then Madame Mim, when she enters, you need to take a card away. So it would be like putting in your Merlin and then playing your Madame Mim and then getting rid of your Merlin gives you some sort of effect. So it'll draw you a card or give you power or do a bunch of different things. So there's like 4 or 5 different types of each one. And then Madame Mim's like top one is a dragon, where she has like 4 lore and she has evasive and she just like whoops your ass. She's a giant dragon. But it's the same. But when you put her in, you have to get rid of 2 cards. So having those cards out there, like Cusco would be another thing out there, because the new Cusco, when you get rid of him, he draws you a card too. So anything that you have in there, when it dies or you get rid of it, playing Madame Mim will just like, because she's cheaper, she's more powerful, but you'll have to get rid of your shit. So you want to have shit in there that when you get rid of it, it's going to like bump up your stuff. So the Madame Mim and Merlin stuff looks really cool, and I think they designed that in a really, really cool way. So the next one I have is Prince John. He draws a card for every card you discard, which is like really cool for green, for like I was talking about earlier. If you're playing those Floodborns that it's making you discard all the time, and then you're drawing a card, so then you would just be doubling up on this. So it would there seems like a lot that you could do there, and it would really annoy people. And it's for everybody. So if you're playing in a multiplayer game, like imagine like you're playing against 3 different people. If you do the Floodborn that enters, everyone discards a card. That means you're drawing 3 cards, and they're losing 3 cards. So the advantage on Prince John is going to be crazy. So I keep an eye out on that. The next one I like is the Dinner Bell Dinner Bell and Mother Gothel. So Mother Gothel, I never knew her name. You know, it's funny when you like, even though it's the other one, Lady Tremaine. Like, I know what she looks like and I know who she is, but I never like really, I don't remember her name or them saying her name. But Mother Gothel is the mom from Tangled, or you know, the evil mother from Tangled. So this is a really cool combo, and it works well with the other versions of Rapunzel too, because when she comes into play, she comes in damage. So she has 3 damage on her, and then you can play the Dinner Bell to draw 3 cards and then get rid of her. So she's basically like an engine for you to, because there's quite a few cards in this set that seem like if you heal a character or if your character has damage on it, that it's going to do some sort of effect. So having a character come in with damage on them, which seems kind of dumb, this is actually like really useful. And there's going to be like a lot of different ways people are going to be able to use this card. So I'm really interested to see. I think Dinner Bell's the obvious one. The other obvious one is the Rapunzel from the first chapter, because she heals 3 damage and then draws you 3 cards for every damage she heals. So you could use Dinner Bell, or you could just use Rapunzel to heal her and then draw those cards. And then also with this other Rapunzel, if you had her in play, if you were healing her, you'd be drawing cards. So these Rapunzels are insane for card draw. I think it's really cool. And then having those healing effects is like awesome as well. So my next one is, and this is kind of an interesting one. It's so I'm really into the item decks. And I can't think of his name, but the giant crab from Moana, you know, the item crab. I can't think of his name right now, but it's Jermaine, or what's his from Flight of the Conchords plays him. But he's just 8. He costs 8. I think he's an 8/8 crab, and then he banishes. Whenever you banish a card, you can whenever you play an item, you can bring an item out of your banishment, so you can kind of just like rotate cards or items. And there's a whole new bunch of item cards or items matter cards. So there's Hiram Flavorsham, Launch, Maurice's Workshop, Popsicle, and Nick and Judy. And they're all different like item support cards that, like, I think Launch, if you banish a card, you can do 5 damage. Sorry, if you banish an item, you'll be able to do 5 damage to a creature, which is awesome. And then Maurice's Workshop is when an item comes in, you can pay 1 and draw a card. And then Popsicle looks really cool because you play it, and then it's cost 1, and then it I think it draws you a card when it enters, and then does something when it leaves. And I'll put it up here so you can see it exactly. But it's cool because Judy and Nick from Zootopia, which Zootopia is a great movie. All you weird furry people out there, you finally get your Judy. Judy's here for all you Rule 30. Don't forget I said anything, but she's here. He's here. The weird anyways, but the item, the Popsicle looks really cool to because it has a lot of utility for these like items matter draw engines, you know. And then if you're able to bring it back with the crab, and I can't remember his name, that would really turn into like a cool stuff. And you also Judy, when she comes in, you could banish your own item and draw a card, which you want to get rid of. That thing doesn't matter anyway. It's just basically a cantrip. Kind of tightens up your deck so that you're getting into the stuff you need faster. So I like those item support cards. And then the next ones I saw for Steel is a Beast Tragic Hero. This looks like an awesome card engine. Basically, if you just leave him there, you don't do anything to him, and as long as you just keep him healed, which maybe would be cool if you had him in Amber. You had Steel Amber in Plain Beast, because you can keep him healed, but every turn when he's not healed, you just draw in another card. So you pay 5, and then if you draw 2 cards off that is such a good for Beast Mirror it costs 3, but you pay 5 you have to pay 2 to get the mirror in, and then you have to get rid of all your cards, and then you have to pay 3 every turn to draw a card. This beast, if you just pay 5, you keep him protected, have him sit here, make him look like the awesome beast that he is, then he's just going to draw you cards. Oh, and this, okay, and then this is the other one I didn't, okay, Chief Bogo. The Steel Floodborn. Whenever a Floodborn enters, it does 1 damage to all your opponents. So it's basically like having a grab your swords. Every Floodborn you bring in, it's doing a damage to everyone on the other side, which is insane. And especially there's a lot of Ruby cards that have damage matters. So if you're able to damage everyone with BOGO and grab your swords, then Steel's going to be looking really good with some sort of Floodborn help there. So Beast's awesome. And then Cinderella Stoutheart. She's got resist, and she's able, just like, what's her name? I see Namari has this too, where they're able, and this is the first we've seen this, is like cards that are able to attack rested cards. So basically, they don't have to be exerted for you to attack them. And with Cinderella, she has resist on her as well. So if you're, if you have someone like Beast out there where you don't want him to do damage, and so you're not exerting him, well, it doesn't matter anymore, because Cinderella is going to come out there and just whoop your ass anyways. And she's going to be resisted. And then Steel's got all this extra resist stuff to add resist to you. So you could be whooping it up on somebody. And with your resist, you're not going to take any damage. So Steel, there's so many cool cards. And I'm not sure if this is all on Pixelborn yet. But there's just a lot of fun stuff that you'll be able to do with this. And I also got to add this. My bonus card that I'm excited for is Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin, I'm super excited for this, but it's only because my brother's name is Christopher Robin. Believe it or not, his name is Christopher Robin, and my mom said she didn't do that on purpose. She said she said she didn't realize it until afterwards. I don't believe her. She's a liar. Anyways, what does he do? So if you have 2 more characters in play, you gain 2 lore when he readies. Which is insane. If you're able to just ready him over and over again, you have 2 people in play, you could just have some sort of lore. There's going to be some shenanigans with Christopher Robin. So every turn, at least, if you have 2 people in play, he's going to be getting that lore at the very beginning of the turn. But there's going to be ways that people are going to be able to just ready him. And I can't think of them right now, but people are probably out there doing it. So Christopher Robin looks like there's going to be some great shenanigans with him. Maybe I'll get that card for my brother in foil, get him graded, and send it to him. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Oh my God, I know what I'm going to get him. Anyways, those are the cards I'm looking at right now, and I'm super excited for the set. I don't know how everybody on the Reddit is already opening up boxes and playing with everything. Like, I'm happy for all you. I can't wait to actually get some. So I'm going to be on the hunt this week. I have some sorcery stuff going on, but then I believe on Thursday I'm going to try to get out there and find some and hopefully get it, at an affordable price. And I hope everyone else on Reddit here is like getting them affordable, because I haven't seen less than $350 again. So hopefully Ravensburger's getting the hint that we love this game and we need more of it. Okay, so just print more. Okay, just print more. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm going to be doing the sorcery box opening, and so I said I was going to be meeting up with my friends to do the playtest of sorcery later, but everyone's so excited about sorcery, we're doing it tomorrow. So I'm actually going to play sorcery for the first time tomorrow, and I'm super excited about that. So I'll be making a video about that, and then I'm sure that there's tons of stuff going on. There's always tons of stuff going on. So I really appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate you for watching. I hope if you have any cards you're excited about, feel free to throw them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know. If you can tell me anything, whatever you want to. That's what we're here. We're communicating back and forth. Okay. Do I have anything else I wanted to say? I don't know. I can't think of anything, but I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to watch this, and I will talk to you later. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.